Hello, guys, and welcome along to the podcast today. We're going to go through a little presentation today, and I'm going to talk you through a little bit about myself and my journey, both in fitness up to now and what I'm doing currently in my life. And we're going to go through a little presentation, but I'm just going to show you through this one here. So, why don't we start by I'll introduce myself, and here we go. So this is the DGS Health and Fitness Podcast, starting with this presentation. So, who am I? So I am David Simpson. I'm 40 years old, happily married for 11 and a half years, coming up 12 years actually, next month. So, yep, and I've got 4 children, and sadly a little boy who we lost, called Morgan. I'm a qualified personal trainer, nutrition coach and advisor. I've had struggles with my mental health, anxiety and depression and so on. Struggled with my fitness, nutrition and self-confidence. I have a huge passion for health, fitness, nutrition and know the benefits of living a healthy lifestyle, both physically and mentally, and I want to help others to feel more confident, healthier, fitter and be the best version of themselves as possible can be. So that's a little bit about myself. So easy for me to say. The health benefits of regular exercise are as follows. So there are many benefits of regular exercise and a healthy lifestyle. The physical benefits are clear, and given overwhelming evidence, it seems obvious that we should all be physically active. That's easier said than done sometimes, I know, but it's essential if you want to live a healthy and fulfilling life into old age. It's medically proven that people who do regular physical exercise have up to 35% low risk of coronary heart disease and stroke, up to a 50% chance low risk of type 2 diabetes, up to a 50% low risk of colon cancer, up to a 20% low risk of breast cancer, up to a 30% low risk of early death, up to 83% low risk of osteoarthritis, up to a 68% low risk of hip fractures, a 30% low risk of falls among older adults, up to 30% lower risk of depression, also up to a 30% lower risk of dementia, and those stats were provided from nhs.co.uk. And now we move on to recommended amounts of exercise. So 75 minutes of vigorous intensity, which could be breathing fast or difficulty talking, per week, or 150 minutes of moderate intensity, which is increased breathing, able to talk and so on, per week, or a combination of the two depending on current fitness levels. Something is better than nothing. Just remember, always start small, build up gradually. It's taking that first step which is the most important thing. Starting off with just 10 minutes at a time proves beneficial. Activities such as walking places instead of taking the car, walking the dog, running or jogging, cycling and even tackling the stairs at home to start with. So there we have walking, cycling, climbing the stairs, jogging. Now we move on to the 21-day theory. So it takes a minimum of 21 days to form a new habit. Dr. Maxwell Maltz, a plastic surgeon in the 1950s, found when performing an operation such as a nose job, plastic surgery, leg or arm amputation, that his patients would take around 21 days to adapt and get used to the change in their body or appearance. Upon discovering this, he published that phrase in a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, which became a huge success and sold over 30 million copies worldwide. Further research some years later by Phil Malali A health psychologist researcher at University College London found that it takes on average around 66 days for this habit to become automatic and become part of a daily routine. So one of the things I do is a 21-day transformation plan. So you would start off with, the key to any fitness program is to have a clear plan, first and foremost. Set up clear goals and targets. Have your end goal in mind when you start and mark off any targets along the way. Stay focused, stick to the plan for at least 21 days and don't be distracted or discouraged by any lack of perceived progress. Track all workouts and daily calorie intake and stay on track. Don't get too focused on weight loss. Take measurements of all areas you want to improve, for instance bicep, chest, waist, thighs, calves, etc. Encourage yourself and have self-belief. Always give yourself that little bit of encouragement. Any little milestone that you may sort of pass, tick that off, move on to the next one and the next one and so on. And if you're watching this video presentation, you can see some of my results on the screen here from one of my transformations, my 21-day plan that I've done myself. So that's the first picture there, which is day 1, and there's a picture of myself with the Sun newspaper that just obviously proves the date I started it on. And day 21, there I am again there. This was after the following a set training plan and having a clear mapped out progression, goals, etc. Having a certain level of nutrition, following like a nutrition plan to keep myself on track. Made a note of calorie intake, energy expenditure through my exercise and so on. With the correct nutrition combined with regular training, great results can be achieved. So there's just a few things here. So 6 grams of protein per 1 large egg. Protein per 100 grams of chicken is 28 grams. And there's 22 grams of protein per 100 grams of grilled salmon. That's another particular favourite of mine. Cheese, which is not so much a favourite of mine, but there's 7 grams of protein in a 25 gram block of cheese. And there's lentils there, so that one is 8 grams of protein per 50 grams. And there's a little quote there what I like to go by myself. It's from the Rocky Balboa film. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows, it's very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you down to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life, but it ain't all about how hard you can be hit, it's about how hard I can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. And like I said there, that's a little favourite quote of mine. Certainly gets you motivated. Now moving on to factors that can harm your progress. So obviously obesity is a huge problem. The association between obesity and increased risk of many serious diseases and mortality is well documented and has led to the National Institute of Health and Clinical Exercise, NICE for short, developing guidelines on identifying and treating obesity. Sleep deprivation is another key one. So lack of sleep, in other words, a bad night's sleep can make exercise feel harder, which will only make you more fatigued sooner, according to a review in Sports Medicine. In addition to making your workouts feel harder, poor sleep can wreck your motivation to work out at all. Also, poor nutrition, getting the right foods in the right amounts is key to a long and healthy lifestyle, and your body needs to change as you get older. For example, you don't need as many calories, but you need more of some certain nutrients like vitamin D, calcium, things like that, as you age, your body might have trouble taking in and using vitamins found in foods like B12. Because of this, older adults don't always get the nutrients they need. It can be a good idea to know the signs of poor nutrition so you can talk with your doctor if you notice any of them. Now, obesity, overweight and BMI. So overweight and obesity are terms that refer to an excess of body fat, and they usually relate to increased weight for height. The most common method of measuring this is body mass index. So BMI is a person's weight in kilograms, person's height in meters. In adults, a BMI of 25 kilograms to 29.9 kilograms means that a person is considered to be overweight. A BMI of 30 kilograms meters squared or higher means that a person is considered to be obese. A BMI of 40 kilograms meters squared or higher means that the person is considered to be morbidly obese. The National Institute for Health and Clinical Excellence recommends the use of BMI in conjunction with waist circumference as a method of measuring overweight and obesity and determine health risks. And the admissions where obesity was a factor by year and gender. So in 2017-18 there was 711,000 hospital admissions where obesity was recorded as the primary or secondary diagnosis. This is an increase of 15% of 2016-17, where there was 617,000 admissions. Some, though not all, of this increase may be due to hospitals being more likely to record obesity as a secondary diagnosis than they were previously. And if you are watching the video presentation of this, you can see the data quality statement for more information. Around 2 in every 3 patients were female, which is 66%. However, obesity was more common in women than men. The majority of adults in England in 2017 were obese or overweight, at 64%. Obesity prevalence increased steeply between 1993 and around 2000, with a slow rate of increase after that. In 2017, the proportion of adults who were obese was 29% higher than in recent years. Overall, 67% of men and 62% of women were classed as overweight or obese. Being overweight but not obese was more common among men than women. However, obesity, including morbid obesity, was more common in women than in men. And there you can see just a little graphic there if you're watching the video version. So, admissions directly attributable to obesity and those where obesity was a factor. So, admissions directly attributable to obesity by year and gender. In 2017-18 there was 10,660 hospital admissions with a primary diagnosis of obesity. This is similar to 2016-17 where there was 10,705. Around 3 in every 4 patients were female at 74%. Inactivity is described by the Department of Health as a silent killer. Evidence is emerging that sedentary behaviour such as sitting or laying down for long periods is bad for your health. Not only should you try and raise your activity levels, but you should also reduce the amount of time and your family spends sitting down. Common examples of sedentary behaviour include watching TV, using a computer, using the car for short journeys and sitting down to read, talk or listen to music. This type of behaviour is thought to increase your risk of developing many chronic diseases such as heart disease, stroke or type 2 diabetes, as well as weight gain and obesity. If exercise were a pill, it would be one of the most cost-effective drugs ever invented, says Dr. Nick Cavell, a health promotion consultant. And that's something I definitely believe in myself. So, the mental health benefits of exercise. Many people with depression benefit by making lifestyle changes such as getting more exercise, cutting down on alcohol, giving up smoking, and eating healthily. Reading a self-help book or joining a support group are also worthwhile. This can help you gain a better understanding about the causes you feel that causes you to feel depressed. Sharing your experiences with others in a similar situation can also be very supportive. Now we move on to a bit more of a serious topic: suicide, mental health, and the mental health support that's available to ourselves out there. So, since the early 1980s, suicide rates have increased with age, peaking among the middle age of 45 to 49 years of age. Suicide rates then decrease until the age of 80 to 84, at which point they begin to rise. In 2018, males and females aged 45 to 49 had the highest suicide rates at 27.1%. That's 100,000 males per 603 deaths, and 9.2 deaths per 100,000 for females, which is 211 deaths respectively. So, compared with the previous year, males aged 20 to 24 saw a significant increase of 31% from 12.9 deaths per 100,000 males in 2017, which is 279 deaths, to 16.9 in 2018, 363 deaths, following a significant reduction in their suicide rate between 2016 and 2017. There was also a significant increase for males between 80 to 84, from 9.1 deaths per 100,000 in 2017 and 65 deaths to 17.2 deaths per 100 in 2018, 126 deaths, with the latest suicide rate returning to previously observed levels. For females aged 45 to 49, there was a significant increase from 2017, which was 6.6 deaths per 100,000, a total of 154 deaths, to 2018, where 9.2 deaths per 100,000, a total of 211 deaths. Suicide rates tend to increase for older age groups for both males and females. Many factors contribute to this widely seen phenomenon around the world, such as psychiatric illness, deterioration of physical health and functioning, and social factors. In particular, obviously at the moment with this lockdown, where the social aspect, we're not getting to see people, speak to people and that sort of thing, and get out and do our regular daily routines. So, mental health support, there is Anxiety UK, which is on the screen there if you're watching the video version of this. That is open Monday to Friday, 9:30 till 10 p.m, Saturday to Sunday, 10 a.m. till 8 p.m, and their website is www.anxietyuk.org.uk. Next up, we have the Mental Health Foundation, which provides information and support for anyone with mental health problems or learning disabilities. You can get in touch with them on their website, www.mentalhealth.org.uk. And the Samaritans is a great one also, for confidential support for people experiencing feelings of distress or despair. They have a 24-hour helpline, which is 116 123. That's 116 123. Their website is www.samaritans.org.uk. And Mind promotes the views and needs of people with mental health problems. Their phone number is 0300 123 3393. That's 0300 123 3393. And they are generally open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. till 6 p.m, and you can contact them also on their website, www.mind.org.uk. And now moving on to the suicide statistics graph. So if you're not watching the video version, I will read through this for you. So the attached graph shows the stats for all ages. There's more spotlight on depression, anxiety, mental health and suicides in the UK in particular, as people are struggling through the lockdown. If you are suffering and want a positive distraction, something to give you a boost and improve your self-worth, then I want to help you. So I mentioned before, we have various programs, mainly online at the moment, where you can join our private group on Facebook and sign up to our program. There's more details on our page at facebook.com/DJs Health and Fitness. We also have the private members group, which can be found. I'll put the links on this in the description. One of the plans I have is the 4-week focus plan, which, as you can see on the screen here if you're watching the video version. So the 4 weeks will be focused on fitness, nutrition, recipes to follow, daily workouts to do from home, and full support in our free private group. So if you sign up to this 4-week focus plan, where you will get the help all the way through your fitness journey, access to our private online support group, you will also get daily workouts to follow, live workouts to join in with me, meal plans and recipes to follow along to, healthy snack ideas which you can make from home very easily, and accountability and the motivation to keep you on track. There will be little tasks what you can do every day. You can look through the information, keep yourself focused both physically and mentally. Access to calorie tracking forms, workout forms and lots more to download to record your progress. There will be prizes for the best 3 transformations based on everything from your starting weight, physical appearance and measurements, etc. So like I said before, it's not all about weight or looking at yourself in the mirror and that sort of thing. You can generally have a good idea yourself of how you're feeling physically in your appearance and that sort of thing. So I will also put a link with the details to get signed up, and you can get into our group there as well. And that is the end of the presentation there. So I just want to say thank you for listening and watching, and I just want to finish on a few little things now, just things what can help you on a daily basis if you're struggling for motivation and things to do during your daytime. So there's a few important factors. So if you focus on things that make you happy, smile, or something you may be looking forward to, it could be anything like a family event or a holiday, whatever it may be. Practice gratitude. So be thankful for small things, achievements, appreciate all the good things, and don't get too down when things don't go to plan. So we all know how it is when you've got mental health problems and you're struggling with day-to-day life. It can just take one simple little thing, that little bump in the road can knock you totally off track. But just remember what your focus is, your end goal, where you want to get to, and don't let that sort of deviate too much from that. Another important thing, connect with others. I mean, I know it's hard at the moment, but socialise whenever and wherever you can. If you see your friends or family, speak to them about things that may be troubling you. You have a problem, then just, share it with them. Problem shared is a problem halved, as they say. So always reach out to people, or if you know someone who you may think they may be a bit more quiet than normal, give them a ring, give them a text, just see how they're coping. Exercise when you can. Make some time every day if you can. You will need only 20 to 30 minutes daily to improve your fitness. So and it'll also give your mental health a real boost. Remember, work smarter, not harder. It's about what you do, not so much how long you do it for. Write things down, so like your thoughts, worries, anything that may be on your mind, causing you any distress. Even if you can't speak to anyone, writing it down, getting your thoughts on paper, things like that. Write down your thoughts, your previous coping strategies, give you some mental health clarity, and lessen some of the burden, take some of the weight off your shoulders. It does help, like talking, or even, like I said, just getting it down on paper, that sort of thing. Try and notice some of the signs. So any trigger warnings or particular event or upcoming anniversary, maybe losing a loved one, sort of in my case, or I don't know, maybe just any other sort of day, what's happened in the past, whatever it may be. Try and prepare yourself for these days, so on the sort of run up to it. Just, I suppose, I don't know, like try and focus yourself, it's coming, try and prepare yourself for it. And most important, don't forget to ask for help. It's not a weakness, it's not anyone's going to think any bad of you or anything like that. Reach out for help. They might be able to help you, they might be going through the same thing, so you can help each other out. It'll be good for both of you. Always look out for each other, especially now with the way things are. It's really bad, but you've always just got to believe that there's going to be better times ahead. And as the great Tom Moore, Captain Moore, said, God rest his soul, he said, tomorrow will be a better day. So always have that in mind, and that will definitely help you along the way. Always try and see that little chink, even if it's a small chink of light, but always just look out for that. And yeah, like I said, just reach out, get help. This is not a sign of weakness, it shows courage and real strength. It's a really brave first thing for you to do. It's the first brave step to finding your inner peace and to getting to where you want to be, to live a much healthier, both physically and mentally, life, and to get true happiness in yourself. So there's just a few little things what can help you on your daily routine, things what help me myself, and give them a go, guys. Just let me see what you think. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. We all make mistakes in life. It's not the mistakes that's the problem. It's how we overcome that and get past that. So yeah, just give that a go, see what you think. Look out for any of my posts on Facebook, Instagram, wherever it may be. Workout videos on YouTube will be regularly uploaded, and also the podcast. Thanks to everyone who's listened and watched so far. Don't forget to subscribe, like them, leave comments below if any tips for new shows, any ideas you may want to pass on, or maybe any just comments what you think of what you've seen and heard so far. So thanks again, guys. Don't forget you can find out all the information on our pages, our website at www.dgshealthandfitness.com, and you can also find our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. So thanks for watching and listening, and see you next time, guys. Stay focused, stay fantastic.